quickly gets a response from any resident of the Sooner State. A battle as prickly as they come in a rivalry where domination has carried the day. But don't tell that to the folks from Stillwater who love to cause a little bedlam in this one. Welcome everyone to Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, and home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Cowboys have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Oklahoma's offense has the ball first today. Oklahoma State got a rare but most satisfying close victory the last time they saw the Sooners.
And it was such a big game for the Pokes, and you got to feel great if you're their coaching staff, watching how their team responded late in the game when it was on the line. They were able to make those plays. David, they know they're expecting another dogfight today.
Yeah, it's big for their confidence. But when you get a win, listen, Oklahoma has dominated this series, but when you get a win, you've got that confidence. You can show the team, we can do this. So they're looking to build on one and get 2 in a row.
Trying play action. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. Hauls it in down the sideline. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. New set of downs after the completion. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Nice move to pick up yardage. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. They are ready this time. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage after that big run. The defense answers. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And he's knocked down.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
Quarterback keeper. Quick step and go. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game and the offense. They've got it moving now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys offense will take the field for the first time. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for his senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Really impressed with how this team has seized momentum here, playing on the road in this hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on 3rd down.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Touch pass on the right. Already a solid start to this one. Now, there he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback stick.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And the Cowboys will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. 1 man in the backfield and he gets it. Fights off a defender. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on 3rd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. He's looking downfield to throw. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Cowboys decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
A strike downfield. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. He breaks a tackle. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Racing down the left side. Touchdown Sooners. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the 1st half.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Cowboys want to move quickly. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah.
Wide open spaces. Powers through. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response this offense.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks, that's just ridiculous.
They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense, and now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt off.
Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Oh, they're after him. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Cowboys line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He'll try it again. Makes a man miss. He's racked up 92 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Find some fresh air. Give him 6. Touchdown Sooners. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way.
Get set, get set.
With jet sweep pass. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quick strike complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Cowboys can really attack on this 2nd and short. Right down the middle. It's caught. Oh, look out on the right. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally scored. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Middle Tennessee is just getting blown off the field right now, and at this rate, I'm not sure this won't get worse. They're trailing by 17 to Tulane. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He'll start this drive firing. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Cowboys trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Just can't pull the trigger. The quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up on tempo. They're ready to do it again.
And that's a great idea by this defense, man. 3rd down, it's money down. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to their go-to guy, and what does the defense do? They double team him, take him away, and force the 4th down.
All the way back to the 15. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. They'll run it to the right. Oh, he's still got more! The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
Here we go.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Complete to the left. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, the Bedlam bell on the line, and already the Sooners and Pokes have given us some impressive moments. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State plays out.
The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Looking for a man, it's Dennis. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pulls it in down the middle. Turning on the Jets. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So here comes the Oklahoma offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Sooners come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Turning it on! And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown Sooners! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw, it's Dennis. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. There he goes. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Sweet cut there. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100 touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To the air, it's Dennis. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the
Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Sooner schooner is rolling in high gear as Oklahoma has built a big lead.
And man, what a great job by this offense later in this ball game as we get in this second half, Jesse. Now they're putting the pressure back on the Cowboys on the other side.
And it just feels like Oklahoma is the team that's been able to handle the emotion the best. They were able to get themselves settled, I think, earlier in this game, playing within themselves. And here they are now in the second half, and the Sooners are pulling away.
Set to advance on the football.
From inside his own 15, looking for room.
Return
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Cowboys with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Here's a heat. Escapes the sack. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's the pressure.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time and even better this time around. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Fires downfield. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down to make sure that's an incompletion.
Fires to the right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. 1st down and more. Touchdown, Oklahoma! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch.